Well, welcome to our local non-league, and of course joining us as usual after the game, of course, is Gavin, Enfield manager. And Gavin, I mean, good result.
Well, it's what we set out today to do, whether it's 2-1 or 6-3. It's a crazy game in some respects. So yeah, of course, we've achieved what we set out to do. How we've gone about it, that's for me to analyse and to sit down and understand what we can do much better and what we're doing actually very well and try and enhance that. I thought the first half was way below par. Despite being 1-0 up, I thought we were way off it. And you know, I've been quick to sort of just hold my hands up, but they got to hold their hands up for the first half. They didn't do as they were asked, didn't do as they were continually asked during the first half, and we looked at a shadow of our former selves for it. Second half came out much more on the front foot, and that's what we can do to teams if we are. They're pretty down in there, Dave, to be honest. There's a little bit of tinge with a bit of sadness in respect of the two goals going in, late on in the game. One I can see for myself, the header is a joke. They've got to look at themselves on that, because that's just a ball in the box and the bloke hasn't even had to jump. The last one I'll have to have a look at and see whether we are accountable to that. It's not about blaming, it's about getting better. And I want the best for this football club. I want the best for those players. So I've just said to them, they've got to come with me on certain things. But yeah, look, at the end of the day, here we are, 6-3, great game. If anyone came down here for the first time, my heart probably could do without those sorts of ends to the game. But at the end of the day, we got 3 points, and what we started out to do.
And I mean, it was almost like goal of the season competition as well. At one point in there, wasn't it, from both sides almost? But I mean, the strike that everybody was talking about, and I mean, we were going absolutely bonkers about it upstairs. I couldn't believe it was Marcus Wiley's, second goal. I mean, that was just some strike and a half. That was.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those where I think when he leaves his foot, you're thinking that's got a hell of a chance of it in the back of the net. Because it's everything about it was right. But Sam's weighed in with 3 today, and they've all, especially his last one, he'll be very happy with. And I think we'll be very happy with as a team, because it's a good passage of play. We've got Sam into a position we want to put Sam into, and we know what he can do from those sorts of areas. So it's if someone was turning up today for the first time on it taking a football match, I think you'd be coming back to Enfield Town. My heart could do without 3 goals going in the other end, but we'll address that.
I mean, we were sat upstairs, and they didn't score today, but we were saying some of the players that sort of took our eye today were the likes of Dylan and OB and also Reese as well. And I know Olly was sitting up there, and he felt Olly was probably unlucky not to. Reese was very unlucky not to get man of the match today, because he thought he was superb.
I think Reese has gone a little bit unsung really in the first part of this season. Marcus has tended to score the goals, although Reese has got a great goal today himself, and I'm well pleased for him. But he does a lot of work, he does a lot of pinning. He's a good lad to have about. He's an excellent lad in the dressing room, and works hard on the training pitch. So, Reese, I'm glad you've said that, because often we talk about Marcus and we talk about his goals. And by the way, I thought Sykes had come on done brilliant as well today, and he's still getting up to speed. So, we've got a hell of a centre forward there, and he's someone that I've got to look after in that respect. But yeah, Dylan, I mean, been out of the squad for a while, came in on Tuesday, did a really good job. Come in again today, in keeping with us, I think. First half, all of them can look at it and think, not on it. Second half, much better.
So I think, especially with the two wingers, especially when they were both on this side of the pitch, sort of Obi in the first half always had sort of 2 or 3 players around him all the time, and then Dylan in the second half had 2 or 3 players around him. But they just seem to still come out more than not, shall we say, with the ball every time.
Listen, we put Obi in today. He's not had masses of football. He's come into the club. He's understanding methods, etc. And we I just looked at it and thought, without Olly, put him in. Let's let him go. Didn't restrict him at all in respect of what he did on the football. Obviously gave him some guidance about out of possession work, because it's important for us in the way that we play. And said to him, look, almost like a park mentality. Go and play, do your bit. And he had a good sort of 55 minutes there, or whatever it was in the end. And he will get better and will build with us. And I think he'd be a very good player.
So I mean, overall though, I mean, happy with it. I mean, I know you said he wasn't happy at half time, but but I mean,
I shouted, Dave. It's a very rare occasion that I do, but I raised my voice. I just felt that, you're coming off the levels of what you were on Tuesday night, going against a very, very good Billericay side, and you're worthy of a point in my opinion on Tuesday, and you're coming into it, and now you're at home. We've been waiting to be at home for weeks and weeks and weeks. We had a good crowd here. The crowd was behind us. And then you sort of come out and you're a little bit passive in the first half, and that's not what I wanted from them. I want them to be on the front foot, and we saw more of what I wanted in the second half. So look, there's things to work on, but all in all, of course, it's a good day at the office.
And of course, since we last spoke, of course, the first opposition's been announced for the European tour, shall we say? I mean, happy to be at home first time up.
Yeah, I think so. I think John was having some real problems in arranging the fixtures. It's when we talk about a European tour, it's had its challenges, should I say, for the goals. So yeah, let's have a look at this. I mean, some good teams in it, and hopefully it will bring something to the football club, bring a bit of exposure, bring some supporters, and it's something different in it. But yeah, good. I'd be pleased. You probably want your first game at home to try and get off to a flying start.
And up to third in the table as well today.
Are we? I don't. Well, I say I don't look at the table. Of course I do, but it's at this stage. You're just wanting to keep ticking them off and keep picking up points. And for that, the boys, we've been in and around that all season. We've dipped back with a bit of a cup run, if you like. So yeah, it's great. It's great. We've got a tough week coming up as well. So we've got to try and get the players rested as best that they can. We might have to look at Tuesday in respect of changes, maybe. But I'll touch base with the boys on sort of Monday and see how they are.
But other than the last couple of minutes, it was a good day at the office, wasn't it?
Well, first half, I said I was grumpy sort of at half time. I raised my voice a little bit at half time because I just felt that as a manager, you look at those things and think, well, is it just to kick up the backside that they need today? I'll take it now and say, yeah, brilliant from the manager there. Clearly it was, but you never know these things. You try things, but it's a good day. It's a good day. We scored 6 goals. Maybe should have finished it off at 6-1. Haven't. There's been 2 penalty decisions in the game that are, choosing my words carefully, probably, not necessarily decisions that you'd expect to go for both teams. But yeah.
But I mean, I'm just wondering what you thought the man of the match sort of decision.
Who was it? I don't know.
We knew that it was going to be. Well, we said thought it was going to be Reece, and then of course the decision after Marcus scored, we thought, well, it's definitely going to be Marcus, and then of course they gave out Marcus, and just as they gave it out, of course Sam got his hat trick, and then they're all shouting at the tunnel, man, can you make sure you change it now and change it back to Sam Youngs?
Yeah, I think it's hard to look past Sam Youngs, really. If someone's going to score a hat-trick in the game, and I thought he worked really, really hard in there, got himself in some really good positions. Hard to look past him. I understand why it might be Marcus. In fact, I thought Marcus, would probably have played better in respect of it. Second half, all right. But, it's a great goal, and I'm sure that's captured people's imagination on that one.
I think it'll be definitely worth watching the highlights when they come out anyway in a couple of days' time.
It's a good game.
Yeah.
It's a great game. I'm just happy to be on the right side of it.
Absolutely. Listen, Gavin, thanks very much, and speak to you soon.